So let's resume our class, guys. Now we shall see this subclause 2. Grounds only of this. So this is just continuation of the first one. Like you should understand this only. This only is very important. Discrimination on other grounds is possible. So also on these grounds you cannot discriminate between people so that they would not be allowed to use certain places like public restaurants, hotels, etc., wells, tanks, bathing ghats, etc. Okay, I have to discuss this third and fourth. This is for making any special provision for women and children. This is for making special provision for people who are educationally or socially disadvantaged. Okay, so this one over here, if a question arises that is this an exception to rule of law or actually the rule of equality, whether this is an exception, no, but actually this is just giving substantive equality. This is a provision for providing substantive equality. Okay, you can see that later when we will discuss political concepts, we will discuss that. Okay, this is for providing education, admission to educational institutions to certain sections of society who are not uh, adequately represented. But the only exception here is this: the state cannot force the minority institutions to take admissions. Okay, who are the minority institutions, educational institutions? We will discuss in Article 30. 16. There shall be equality of opportunity for all citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state. Tell me, is this office under the state? What does this mean? Only public employment? You have to Google it and comment down below whether this includes political officers or not. Okay, I'm giving you a task. My concern over here is 2.2 words here: dissent and residence. In Article 15, other were there like religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth. But here two grounds are added, that is dissent and residence. Dissent means origin, okay, place of residence. You know it, place of residence. Okay, residence. Why? Because there shall be no discrimination between the people of different states, that a particular guy is from certain states so he would not be eligible to apply to positions in different states. To make sure we rise above the parochial mindset and allow anybody in India to apply to any post anywhere in India. But you will see there are certain reasonable restrictions to this also. The state legislature as well as the parliament can prescribe certain residential qualifications, like a person should be domicile of a particular place to be able to apply to certain positions. Okay, for example, in UPSC, sometimes jobs for autonomous district councils, maybe in Ladakh or certain areas, when they come, they describe or prescribe a specific domicile, like you have to be domicile of Ladakh, etc. Okay, this is only to protect their culture and maintain natural harmony. This is for providing substantive justice or substantive equality to the people who are educationally or socially backward. Same, okay. This is for religious denomination institution. Okay. This means if a particular religion has certain institution, there they can keep a restriction like we want only certain guys to be able to hold these positions, and it perfectly makes sense, guys. Okay, so there is nothing to discuss over here. We will move forward. Untouchability, Article 17. This is one of the few rights which are not only available against the state action but also against the individual action. Most of the rights that we have studied till now, and we will study later also, they are absolutely available against the state only. Okay, but this right is actually available against individuals also. No individual can inflict this menace of untouchability on other person. So remember, most of the fundamental rights are available against the state action, but this one and also certain other like Article 19 and Article 21, that is right to life, is available against individual action also. And also remember, there is a negative right. We have discussed that in preamble, and there is a positive right. What do you call it? This is a negative right or positive right? Comment down if you knew the answer. I will tell the answer, and to the all people, like it is a positive right, as it puts a foundation on the state to make sure untouchability is a crime and it is not practiced. Okay, so it is not saying the state do not practice untouchability. It is saying that you have to punish also to the people or to the authority who is practicing this in accordance with law. Okay, also any punishment in India can only be inflicted in accordance with law. We will study all this in political concepts. Article 18, this is for abolition of titles. Is Bharat Ratna, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, all these are titles or not? These are absolutely not titles, and I think they are a question from the past. Most of the examinations have asked these questions. These are basic questions, but still, if you do not know the titles, these are not titles. And anybody who uses Bharat Ratna in prefix or suffix of his name shall forfeit his award. Okay, they have to give back. They cannot use it as a title. This is just an honor to people who have done very good in their respective fields and contributed to the growth of nation and humanity. No title not being a military or academic distinction. Title is there. Certain, like in military you can use title, like in Air Force, if you are wing commander, you can use wing commander as a prefix or suffix of your name. Or if you are a general, you can use that, but not other titles. And the second one is academic distinction, like doctor, engineer, or certain maybe you comment down if you know other ones, like Nobel laureate. Okay, no citizen of India shall accept any title from any foreign state, directly, specifically excluding all citizens from taking any title from abroad. No if and buts. If you are a citizen of India, you should not be taking any title like knighthood or something like that. You cannot take from others foreign country or nation. There are many people who are holding office of profit, like certain people are called as advisors to the president or to the honorable ministers, prime ministers maybe. So prime minister, not ministers. So for those people who are not Indian, they may be particularly of Indian origin or they may be completely foreigner. So those people, if they are holding a office of profit or trust under the state, they shall also not accept any award, but they can accept if they have the permission of the president. See, the fourth subclause is saying that those people we have, which we already discussed, those who are holding office of profit but they are not Indian citizen, they shall not accept any present. Present is gifts. Emolument is certain like the financial benefits or office or of any kind from any, from or under any foreign state. Why this is done? To make sure that there is no case of espionage or maybe whatever. If you know the answer, you can comment down. Why the people who are not citizens of India still they are not being allowed to accept certain foreign recognition, awards or titles or office of profit if they are working under the office of profit in Indian state? Why they are not allowed? Right to freedom. F1 has been omitted. What's this? Right to property. All citizens shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression. Here remember one thing. Nowhere in this article 19 it is written freedom of press, but still we have freedom of press. because due to the courtesy of this is implied. It is not explicitly written, but this is implied that if we have freedom of speech and expression, this eventually means freedom of press also should and shall exist. Okay. Assemble peacefully and without arms makes sense. If you and certain friends are 10 to 15 group of friends are assembling without arms, that is okay, but when you uh, have certain things that can harm other people, that is absolutely wrong. From associations or unions, does this include trade unions? Yes. To move freely throughout the territory of India, this has certain restrictions. Actually, everything has certain reasonable restrictions. These are not absolute, these are qualified in as in case of all the other rights also. No right in the Indian constitution is absolute. Okay. If there is, correct me if I am wrong, but as far as I know, there is no right which is absolute. Each and every right has certain restrictions in their usage, reasonable restrictions. Okay. And we have also already discussed in the previous classes that every right comes with an obligation, that if you are enjoying your right, you might hurt somebody else's right. So you have to exercise your right in such a way that other people should also be able to exercise their rights. Exceptions, exceptions, exceptions. I'm leaving it for you guys to study, because like in case of trade and something, professional degree or like business for certain things should be only open to the government, like nuclear power plants, etc. And for peacefully assembling, it should not hurt the sovereignty or integrity of India. uh, Freedom of speech and expression should also not hurt anyone else's sentiments, because if you are doing that, you are actually uh, taking away his right to life, which includes living with dignity. You cannot defame anybody while exercising your right of freedom of speech and expression. Okay, so these are all exceptions. These should be read by you. Let's proceed ahead to Article 20. No person shall be convicted of any for any offense except for the violation of law enforced at that time. Very important. This is related to ex post facto law. Okay, this sometimes this goes clumsy. Okay, now see this one. I think to we have completed this, this, this one. Okay, Article 20, subclause 1. At the time. What does this mean? Like if you committed something which is not said to be a crime in particular timeline of history, like few years back you did something, like you hurt your friend. See, in friendship fight is there. So if you hurt your friend, and later if government becomes very much inclined towards invading everyone's privacy, so they will bring a law that even if you hurt your friend, you'll go to jail, even if you slap him. Okay. So will you this be law be valid on you that you will be punished? No. Criminal law should not be done ex post facto. Okay. I'll explain this more clearly. Might be I'm not making sense right now. I'll try to explain in simple words. This means that when you have committed any act, and during that time there was no law which said that this act is particularly crime, then you are free. Even if few days ahead the government or the legislature passes certain order or act that this is a crime, you cannot be convicted for that, because when you had committed that offense as per today's definition, you were unaware, and at that time that was not an offense, so you cannot be convicted for that. you should be not inflicted any punishment upon you. Okay, the government cannot inflict any punishment upon you. Why? Makes sense, particularly because the government can absolutely punish anybody if this is allowed. If post facto act is allowed, like you have done certain things in the past and they retrospectively bring some act, so everybody becomes guilty of that offense. Also, this excludes taxes, or what you say, civil offenses like income tax, etc. Like government can retrospectively bring that act. Okay, nor be subjected to a penalty greater than that which might have been inflicted under the law in force at the time of the commission of the offense. This means even if the act is has been there, but later it has been updated and more punishment has to be inflicted upon the person who is committing that crime. If you have done some offense, you should only be given that much of punishment which was applicable to a guy according to the law at that time, not the amended one. No person shall be prosecuted and punished for the same offense more than once. This is very funny because in this is for judicial actions. What happens is if you do certain wrong things, people around you will always try to give more punishment to you and will always try to make you remember for the whole life. When you do certain good things for anybody, nobody remembers. Do a bad thing and everybody will try to make you memorize that thing on your soul, etch on your soul. You will even remember that thing in the next life. Okay, this is just a joke, but the government or the state cannot do that. If they have punished you once, they cannot punish you twice, but there is an exception here. This only protects you from the same judicial action. Like if a tribunal or judicial court has decided to punish you for, say, you have to go to a like 1 day prison. Okay, like you have to spend 24 hours. The next day just cannot say that you have to spend 24 hours more because you have completed your punishment, but another inquiry can be made by your department or some other if you are a subordinate of some department, that departmental inquiry can be done against, and they can inflict any punishment upon you, because judicial and tribunal inquiry is different from like executive or maybe departmental inquiry. So the only exception over here is that if you have been given a punishment, the judiciary will not give you the same punishment again, but when you go back to your department or whatever, you can be given a punishment by your boss, like why did you do that, you are fired. Okay, no person accused of any offense shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. This also has certain limitations. This is known as self incrimination. Even if you have committed a crime, judiciary considers you as innocent, and in court of law and according to rule of law, everybody should be given a reasonable time and effort to allow yourself to explain yourself using a lawyer or by yourself only. But this has certain exceptions. How? They cannot force you to say that you have committed the crime, but you should be producing certain examination documents. Like you have to show certain things. Like you cannot say I'll not show anything, I'll not tell anything. You are allowed to keep your mouth shut, but if they ask for documents, you have to show. If they ask for your fingerprint or iris scan, like eye scan or iris scan, you have to show it. Okay, remember guys, if you have a phone, laptop, or any gadget which has a password, and an inquiry has been made and CBI comes to you and says give us the password, you are absolutely legally allowed to deny. Okay, but if you have a iris scan like in iPhones or MacBooks, and or if you have a touch ID enabled in your device, they can compel you. So a written password is always safer than a touch one, okay, or a iris scan one. Why? I do not know uh, how the state arrived to this definition, but this is as it is. And all those guys listening to this, do not do anything wrong. Study well, okay. I'm just telling you things which are which every person who is trying to know the legal system should know. Do not consider I'm giving you some hints, okay? No person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty. Okay, we are on the Article 21. One of the widest expressions can be derived from this article. Article 21 has been expanded by many judicial uh, comments. It is not judicial reach overreach actually, but judicial intervention which enlarged the scope and applicability of Article 21 in a very good manner. Okay, the word which should be used for this is judicial activism. Sorry for using the word judicial overreach, that is wrong connotation, but the word which shall be used is judicial activism, because there are many fine jurists and have been who expanded this Article 21. Here you are seeing just this only, but when you open some reference book like Lakshmikant Didi Basu, or my favorite, that I forgot the name, I think Subhash Chandra. There are three books of Subhash Chandra. They are absolutely the best books you can read. They have he has explained everything really in a beautiful, crisp manner. So there you will understand it is not just existing, but life means much more than mere existence. It means being able to live fully and grow to your potential. Okay, so it's not just living or breathing. It means much more. Right to privacy also comes under this. Right to be able right to education also comes under this. Right to healthy environment. There are many more. You can google it, okay. 21A, free and compulsory education to all children. This is a newer one. I think this was added in the 2000s. We will know this by this footnotes. This one institute 2002. Okay. Now we shall see Article 22. No person